Go
Hey,
ahead.
hey, I'm Don McDowell with Doug up at St. George, Utah, on this week's newsletter that he has prepared. Done a great job. Huntingfishing.com. You can sign up, pull the drop down menu where it says news, sign up for the newsletter, and you can get Doug's handiwork every week. So Doug, you got a couple of key points here. What's going on here, brother?
Well, I'll give you a rundown. Our featured story this week is there a railway is being proposed um, across Utah along the Colorado River into Colorado that will cover 40 miles of stretch of the river on the Utah side, where we've got gold medal trout fishing going on, and then 100 miles across Colorado. And the proposal is for this railway that is going to carry 350,000 barrels per day of waxy crude oil along the Colorado River on its way to Denver to eventually to refineries in Texas.
Have they never heard of pipelines?
But apparently not. I don't know what their problem is, but you know the dangers that are showing up here because of all the train accidents and derailments we've had in the
Yeah.
last 3 or 4 or 5 months.
Yep.
Um, any one of these rail lines, I mean, if they have any kind of problem, a spill, cars are going off into the Colorado River. Gosh,
Nope.
you know,
Nope. Put it in the
figures don't
pipeline.
lie here.
No, no, no. We have too many domestic terrorists derailing trains. Stop it. Nope. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And you know that's been talked about quite a bit in terms of why are these happening so frequently. Well, anyway, moving on. National news: California is proposing a 300% increase in boat registration fees.
Of course they are.
Now you can put two and two together here. You know, this is about their coffers are almost dry type of thing. Where are they going to get money? Taxes.
Of course.
That just drives me crazy. Um, in Nebraska, the Bighorn Sheep Lottery applications close August 4th. So if you're interested, you got to move on these things. Uh, Interestingly, you might be able to see this on your screen. An angler landed a rare blue mouth chain pickerel. Don't know.
Okay. Stop. Excuse me. A what?
It's a blue mouth chain pickerel.
Alrighty
They are,
then.
and people have caught them before, but they are rare. And what causes the problem, I don't know, but it's really interesting. At any rate,
Are
um,
they are they protected? Are they an edible species? Or what?
they're not protected, no, that we know of. Okay.
Interesting.
Um, all right, moving on. Wisconsin, DNR announces a non-resident hunting and fishing license fee increase. You know, our country's going to get hit with a lot of this kind of stuff. Taxes are going up, you know, so nothing surprises me anymore.
No.
In Montana, warm water, low flows prompt hoot owl restrictions again in this state, especially on the Jefferson, Beaverhead, and Bitterroot rivers. Now, this closes fishing daily from 2 p.m. to midnight. You asked me last week about the time frames for hoot owl. Well, that's when it takes place. Uh, Now, you know, I do put stuff in this newsletter that just catches my eye. And one of them this week happens to be called the Eye Candy Nightcrawler. Now, it's hard to see that on the screen. It's a different concept. And, but according to the pro staffer um, for that company, Jason Mitchell, it catches walleye. And there's a video there of this guy doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. And it's a neat looking bait just because it swims funny. It moves different. It's all ribbed, and that adds to, you know, the movement, I guess.
Well,
Uh,
that's water displacement. Yeah.
yes, Right. For listeners anywhere in the country, the Arizona Deer Association puts out raffles. I highlighted one this week for a 6.5 PRC custom rifle with a Leopard scope. So nice looking, $20 per ticket. You can click the icon or go to, what is it, aza.org? Is that right?
azdeer.org, yes, sir.
azdeer.org, right. Of note, there was a record woodland caribou velvet that was taken. This was back in 21, but just now certified by Pope and Young. It was 362 and an eighth inch.
Wow.
Now, here's the kicker, Don. You know, you're going to have plenty to say about this. Water drilling permits for Saudi Arabian companies that own property in Arizona were revoked.
Good. About time.
Now, yeah, you know, this company does not pay for the water it uses. This is the part that really grabbed me about this.
Yep.
Whatever they take out of the ground, they don't have to pay for it. What? Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Well, the state needs to step up and just stop this crap.
Yeah.
And we've been down on the ground, boots on the ground, looking at their operations, and they're taking Arizona asset water, growing their alfalfa, shipping all this stuff to Saudi Arabia because it's not allowed to be grown in Arabia. Why? Because it uses too much water. So they're doing it to Arizona.
Right.
No.
They're taking out thousands of gallons of the state's groundwater.
Millions of gallons.
Oh, gosh, yeah, imagine so. The neighbors around there are saying this is a big deal because they're depleting wells that are running dry.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
You know, here's the deal. The community's getting pissed. The authorities, the government, our kings are not doing what they should be doing about it, but it's going to stop.
You know, it'd be different, Don. Everything, they grow alfalfa on these properties, and everything they grow goes overseas.
That's right. They're not allowed to grow it there in their home country because it uses too much water.
Yeah. I can't believe it. We have a guy, his name is Stephen Samuelson of Kansas, who pleaded guilty in a district court to willful destruction of wildlife, a felony, as well as misdemeanor charges of hunting without a proper and valid big game license, aggravated illegal possession of wildlife, failure to prepare wildlife for human consumption, and hunting in a careless manner. He was fined $20,000, assessed 65 points against his hunting license, and suspended his hunting privileges.
For how many years?
So, yeah.
That sounds like that should have been a lifetime revocation. Just saying.
Oh, he needs 20 more points to have his suspended, that would suspend his hunting privileges, period. So he's right there at the border, you know, with his points on his...
What state was this?
This was it was in Kansas. Oakley, Kansas.
I don't know anything about the way they handle stuff like that, but you know, these guys are doing stuff like that. There needs to be jail time and lifetime suspension. Arizona is.
I agree.
Up to.
I mean, I put this in the newsletter just to point out the people that do pay attention to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, don't be stupid. You know, because this is what happens.
Yeah.
Last couple here or so, the Firearm Industry Trade Association files a legal challenge against Hawaii's recently enacted public nuisance law, which allows frivolous lawsuits against members of the firearm industry for criminal and negligent misuse of firearms by remote third parties. You take this for what it's worth, but by the same token, there are these corporations like the NSSF that challenges these things. If it weren't for these groups, we'd be taken to the river every time.
Yeah.
Okay. This issue on the East Coast now goes down to the West Coast of Florida, where we're talking about this vessel speed restrictions.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. The Americans are commenting about this and saying this isn't right. Basically, that's what this article has said about, what's going on. Boats 35 feet and longer cannot travel faster than 10 knots, 11 miles an hour.
Most of them can't anyway, by the way.
Yeah. In some places, and I'm not sure this must vary, but in most places, this is up to 90 miles offshore. Now, if you're going to ask a boat that fits this category to travel only 11 miles an hour for 90 miles, why, good grief. Things are really going to, there goes the price of food, I guess. But at any rate, that's still in contention, still being thrown around. And lastly, I'll just mention this. Every once in a while, I see a really cool gun that I think is cool. A distributor called Tallow Distributors has announced a new limited edition 1911 with longtime partner Colt Manufacturing. Beautiful gun, but I don't doubt this is a $2,500 gun. I didn't see a price tag anywhere, but I can imagine that's what this gun is going to cost. Don, that's it.
Okay. Well, good job this week. You guys can sign up for the newsletter at huntingfishing.com and get your newsletter delivered via email each week after Doug completes it. And we'll do this again next week, Doug. Good job. I appreciate it.
Yep. And that's it.
Okay. We are out of here.